Okay, I know, I know I'm not ready, I know I don't look good, I know my bed's not made, I have to make this video fast. As soon as I finish recording this, I'm gonna have to go to an interview, and then, I'm gonna come home and I have to edit it, and so I need to do this fast. I have not seen any of Season 3, wanna point that out. It is Friday, the 27th, I know what comes out today. It is 2:09 PM. I've literally been we went to, Santa Thrift in like North Vegas by California, and like I just got home, just took a shower, so I haven't seen any of it. I'm in my most Squid Gamey outfit. Okay, I'm trying. Trust. I'm trying to do this quickly. I need to stop. The only things that I know about this season are the season 3 trailers and literally one cast interview. So literally everything is just from my observations, from my mind. Um, so let's get into it. To start off, Giyun is gonna die. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that he's dead. Sorry for the names I'm gonna butcher, by the way. I think this because I think it's gonna tie into the US Squid Games because they did confirm that they're going to make the sequel series based in the US, and I think that if Giyun dies, it's gonna like transition to his daughter, because remember, she moved to the US at the end of season 1, so I think if he dies, we're gonna go to America and see his daughter either picking up his habits, or maybe her mom and her stepdad have debts because of the housing prices here, or maybe she needs the tuition money, or something. But I think it would be really cool to see her in the Squid Game when she's older. Young-sik, Player 7, is literally almost 100% gonna die. I mean, just look at Guamja in the trailer. Plus, she lost her hair knife, so I'm assuming that this is after Game 4, the Predator and Prey, or the key and knife thing. I don't know what it's called. I also think that maybe it could have been caused because of Gi-hoon, or more specifically his inaction, because of the talk that Guamja had with him in the trailer. I think maybe he didn't do something that caused Young-sik's death, and she goes to Gi-yoon and tells him, you know, I still believe in you. I still believe that you came here to help us all survive. But I do think this is a little more speculative. We see the blue team, the Prey, the ones with the keys, including Guamja, the shaman lady, Daeho, Jeongdae, Hyunju, and Junhee. We also see some of the red team members, including Gi-yoon, a couple of other random players, Namgyu and Min-soo. However, we see what they drew in another teaser, and we see that Guamja had the red and Young-sik had the blue. So this leads me to suspect that you're able to switch teams if both players agree, and I think that Myung-gi and Junhee possibly switch teams. We don't see what they picked, but I think it is possible that they drew the blue and red balls respectively, but they switched for Myung-gi to protect Junhee during this game. I thought Min-soo was gonna die because of this, but we also see him like this in another teaser, so I think that he's gonna survive, and I think I'm gonna get back to him later. I think Daeho is going to die in Predator and Play, partially because some intuition, but I also think maybe a red player will push him down into the door hole thingy because it looks like that shot holds on for longer. I think that Hyunju is going to kill someone to either protect Guamja or Junhee. She definitely doesn't want to, though. In the interviews, when her actor was asked what is Hyunju's biggest regret, he said something along the lines of not looking behind her when she was at the door. So I think that she finds her room because of this golden glow, and someone attacks her trying to get the door, and she was forced to kill him. I also think Gi-yoon definitely is going to have to kill someone because he's on the red team, and that means, you know, you kind of have to. And I'm sure it's going to be like this big battle with his morals, but we know that he makes it to Game 6, so he's definitely gonna have to. Also, this is Thanos. I don't know how he survived or where he's been, but this is him. This is Young-sik, like 100%. Either his body or he survived in like a lot of the way that the theories say, which I thought it was a fun theory, but it was it would be more likely that he died, but from how much we see No-Il rebelling in the trailers, I think it's more likely that he did survive. On to Jump Rope. We know a lot of people are going to die here. I went frame by frame to find out who this guy is, and I couldn't make out his number or his face. I'm pretty sure the first number on his jacket is 0, but I do think he's a side character. I can make out that he was an O. I'm also very positive that Zhongbei and Namgyu are going to die here. We can even see Namgyu looking over the edge. Plus, in the shot for promotions, we see Namgyu's pants. Check the blood stain. But this is a sweeping promotional shot, so I don't really think we can take this into a fact because they literally could have put anyone here. Also, I think that Hyunju has a good chance of dying in this game, but I'm not 100% on that. We see Junhee sit down at the bench to give up at seeing the jump rope game, and Myung-gi was yelling at her like, bro, I risked myself for you, and we worked so hard to get here, and you're just gonna give up now? So I think that either Myung-gi or Guamja are going to sacrifice themselves for Junhee. I think Guamja because, like I said, Young-sik is going to die. At least I think, and we heard Guamja say that she wants to protect him because he can live without her, but she can't live without him. And now that he's gone, she can use her sacrifice for good. Another thing, Junhee's baby. I don't think it's going to be born in the games. Maybe more along the lines of, I hope it's not going to be born in the games. Because I don't know how they're going to use that, / what they're going to do with it. And I know there's been all this, oh, the baby's gonna come soon talk, but from looking at other pregnant Korean people, I don't think she looks far enough along for the baby to come this early, especially with her being able to hide it. I just don't think that it would work very well in the story, but I don't know. And if anyone can make it work, I think it's Hwang Dong-hyuk. So, you never know. Now the predictions for the ending, I do not want the final game to be Squid Game. I know there's a lot of imagery alluding to Season 1 Squid Game, not only in the end, but also when they're playing as kids. And I think it could be fitting that, the starting and ending games are the same. But, I don't know, I want to mix things up. If they did want to keep the starting and ending games the same, though, I think if in the US version, they're probably gonna keep Red Light, Green Light. It's just iconic, and it's also a game that we play here. But they're definitely going to have to change Squid Game in the US version, because literally no one knows, what that is here. But also, no one knows how to play that. The rules are kind of confusing. But I think that there's going to be more than one winner for a multitude of reasons. It could be because there's a lot of characters that I would like to see win, but I also think it's very fitting narratively. In the last game that we got to see, there was a heavy emphasis with players on saving everyone, and the fact that it only had one winner kind of tells you what the story was about. And now in this game, where there's a heavy emphasis on killing each other and wanting to be the sole winner, I think it would be fitting to have multiple to force them to split the prize after fighting so hard. Also, with the fact that they're given an out to split it and they still fight to be the sole, to have it be split in the end anyway just makes everything they did useless. Plus, it would allow the creator to clear up some things in the fan base. There's so many theories where it's well, they have to keep people alive because, what if people die? What if everyone dies in Game 3? Then everyone dies in Game 3. Or it's what if there's multiple winners after Game 6? And then there'll be theories that it's if there's multiple winners after Game 6, they go on to a secret Game 7. No, the rules are you play 6 games. Sometimes there's more than one winners and have to split, and sometimes there's no winners. It's pretty obvious. But for the candidates who I think will make it to the final round, we see Gi-eun in the suits that are given during the victory meal, so we know that he's there. But I think Junhee, Hyunju, if she doesn't die in jump rope, and Min-soo are the most likely characters to make it to the end. And I know that's gonna make people mad because it's Min-soo, but I really do think it would fit Min-soo narratively. I think it's fitting for him to be there as the games, at least from what I see, are trying to allow him to grow as a character and to take change in his life to really be the driving force instead of sitting back. I think especially in game 4, that's where it's gonna do it, and I think it would actually push him to try and allowing him to grow as a character and to win, which would be really funny for a character that no one likes. Or he doesn't have to do that. And it would also be fitting to have someone there who no one wants to win and someone who is the most undeserving to win the whole thing. I think it's really funny. And a lot of people think he'll get a redemption arc. I personally don't see that happening, and I think that would really fit his character. And for the final pick, after saying that there's going to be multiple winners, I think, like I said before, I think Yoon's going to sacrifice himself, and it's very possible for, like I said, Hyunju to die before, so I don't think she's going to win. So I think it will be Minsu and Junhee will be the final 2 winners. And don't be mad, okay? I know, I don't want him to win, okay? I'm just looking at how I think it will play out. I'm not writing it, don't get mad at me. So yeah, those are my predictions. If I get it right, suck it. I did not watch the show, I promise you. You can ask my brother, like you can ask anyone. If I get it wrong, then, I get it wrong. That happens. Maybe I'll talk about it, maybe I'll, like, review the season and, like, the whole show. But yeah, who knows? That's it for now. Again, sorry it's like a rushed thing. Squid Game! I broke my bed.